All right, Shalom. First, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, and double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, and salutations and blessings to the Akim, the brethren out there on those highways and the byways, pushing this truth and sincerity. All right, today I'm going to get into a short lesson on how the fear of the Lord is very important. The fear has to come before anything. The fear has to come before you get wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, all right? So I'm going to get straight into it. This is Job chapter 4 verse 6. Is not this thy fear, thy confidence, thy hope, and the uprightness of thy ways? All right. And like I was just saying, the fear is very important. The fear comes before anything. It says, it's not thy fear, thy confidence. All right. And we all know what confidence means. All right. So your fear of the Lord can make you very confident that he will have mercy on you, because you have fear in the Lord. You're going to do his will. You're going to go out on the highways and the byways. You're going to rehearse the righteous acts. You're going to practice and rehearse his ways to the best of the capability, because we're not perfect, and we're not going to be perfect, not in this lifetime. But we're going to practice and rehearse his ways and try to be in his footpath as best as possible. I'm bringing out again. It's not thy fear, thy confidence, thy hope, and the uprightness of thy ways. Because his fear, the fear that we have towards Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, is the uprightness of our ways. Because if we didn't have fear in him, we wouldn't have the ways that we have now. We wouldn't have separated. Well, through the power and spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, we wouldn't have separated ourselves from the world in 2/3 and these heathens. We wouldn't have separated ourselves. We wouldn't have separated our ways. We wouldn't have separated the way that we think and the way that we act and the way that we are. This is Job chapter 28, verse 8. And 28. Job. And unto man he said, behold, the fear of the Lord, that is wisdom, and to depart from evil is understanding. All right. And the fear of the Lord is the uprightness of our ways and our confidence. Okay. And it says that the fear of the Lord is wisdom, and to depart from evil is understanding. So now that we have our ways, all right, the uprightness of our ways, we're departing from evil. All right, number one, fear. That's the beginning of wisdom. All right. And then there's understanding, because you're departing from evil. You're departing from wickedness. You're departing from the ways of the heathen in 2/3 now. Okay. So we're getting understanding as we depart from sin and depart from iniquity. This is Proverbs chapter 1, verse 7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. Okay? The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Because like I'm gonna say it again, how much important that fear is. It's the beginning of knowledge, because once you realize the power that you have, and that's in the power of your Creator, you begin to fear him, and you begin to use your brain more, instead of just being a complete beast and reject out here walking around on this earth. And it says, but fools despise wisdom and instruction, because fools do despise wisdom and instruction. A fool doesn't want to be told that he's doing wrong. A fool doesn't want to be told that he could be doing better. We go out on the highways and the byways. We tell people all the time, Yo, yeah, you need to get right with the Lord, or you, even if you're not on the highways and the byways, you want to tell a loved one or an associate that used to be your friend in the world, yo, you need to get right, man. You got to get right with the Lord. You got to change your ways and etc. They despise wisdom and they despise knowledge, and they don't want to be told anything. They hate instruction, okay? Because you can't tell a nigga shit now. All right. This is Proverbs chapter 9, verse 10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the holy is understanding. And it says the knowledge of the holy is understanding. It's like I just said, we separated ourselves. This Akim, this truth, and the elders, we separated ourselves from the world. We separated ourselves from 2/3. We separated ourselves from these heathens, okay? Because we're the holy. It says, and the knowledge of the holy is understanding, because we do have understanding. All right. And that's our job, to be righteous and to be holy, to be righteous and holy people. The Lord's chosen a special people. All right. But niggas can't seem to understand that. All right. Because for one, it's not meant for them to understand it, and they're all in a deep sleep. But still, the fact niggas can't understand it, even though it can be right in front of their face that we're supposed to be holy and righteous and separate from the rest of the world and above everybody else. It's Proverbs chapter 15, verse 33. The fear of the Lord is instruction of wisdom, and before honor is humility, okay? And before honor is humility. All right, you have to be humble. You have to humble yourselves when you're in this truth. You have to humble yourself in order to be a righteous or holy individual. Okay, you can't be proud, because we're the teachers on this earth. All right, and we're supposed to be an example following after Yahweh Shai. All right, and I'm going to close with this last script. Because, this was just supposed to be a short lesson on how how important fear is. Okay, because fear is pretty much everything. Fear is what we had when we first came in this truth. When you heard that when you heard that America's supposed to be destroyed by missiles, when you heard martial law is supposed to be coming in, you getting shot down, when you heard that chip coming in, those aren't pleasant things that you hear when you first come in this truth. So the fear is what pretty much drives you into being a better brother and a better prophet in this truth, a better man of the Lord, a better servant, because that's what we are. We're servants of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and that fear is what's going to make you a better one. This is Philippians chapter 2, verse 12. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Okay, and it says work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. And it says not only have we always obeyed, not as in his presence only, but more in my absence, because we're not in the presence of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai right now, and we can't see him right now, and we can't feel him right now, but we're following him in his absence. We're still following his ways in his absence, okay? And that means even more, because that's faith and hope right now. That's faith and hope, and that's fear that we have. And it says, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. All right? For it is Yahweh which worketh in you both to will and to do of his good pleasure. Because if you in this truth, you're doing his will and his good pleasure. All right? Because we're out there pushing his word, and we're out there trying to clinging on to him and being in his path the best way possible. All right? And going after his laws, statutes, and commandments, and seeking him diligently. Okay? But I'm gonna just read it again. Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. All right, that's the point. Fear and trembling. For it is Yahweh which worketh in you both to will and to do of his good pleasure, because this is a good pleasure. And the only way that you're going to continue to do the good pleasure of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is if you keep that fear. So that fear is very, very, very important if you're in this truth, all right? So with that, I'm going to close and give all praises and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, and salutations and blessings to the brethren out there on the highways and the byways, pushing this truth in sincerity. All right, shalom.